You're welcome back to Nationwide and to Abacus School in Kilbarrack, where we're celebrating Keith Duffy's award as Philanthropist of the Year for his work with Irish Autism Action. Now, these awards are organised by the Community Foundation for Ireland, and Tina Roach is their Chief Executive Officer. Tina, a very worthy winner, a very popular winner, I'd say, Keith Duffy.
Oh, fantastic. And you have seen him. He's so passionate, and he doesn't just take the credit for himself. Not only is he a funder, but he also works so hard with all of the parents. And isn't it an amazing school?
Tell us a little bit about the Community Foundation for Ireland. What do you do?
Well, the Community Foundation is a not-for-profit organisation. We're a philanthropic organisation. We're founded in 2000, and we work with donors to make their grant giving very strategic. We're one of 1,700 worldwide.
This year, Tina, you've given your corporate award to Diageo for their Arthur Guinness Fund. Why did you choose them?
Well, Diageo do amazing philanthropic work. It's through their Arthur Guinness Fund that they were nominated. They have a fund for about $1 million a year. And as you know, the Guinness family go back a long time in philanthropy in Ireland. One of the things that they do is that they offer not only funding, but also practical help for their awardees. If I give you an example, GIY, Grow It Yourself, is an amazing social entrepreneur, and Mikey Kelly is his name. And he is trying to get growing back into Ireland. So he helps local people all throughout our communities in Ireland. And he was awarded 100,000 plus he got these fantastic help from mentoring from Arthur Guinness Fund.
So isn't it great to be in a situation where you have the money and that you want to give it to people who need it?
Well, the fantastic thing about the Community Foundation is, as a model, is that what it does is it joins those two things together, the ability to give with somebody who really needs it. And then what the Community Foundation does is make sure that all the governance is right and that all of the money goes to the right place and that the effect of it is really good. It helps communities, and it does it long term, not short term.
Wonderful projects there, all leading to positive results. Now, Keith Duffy was named for his work with autism, and as you walk around the Abacus School, you can see the difference that it makes to the families who have children attending the school here. In this room, Olive Whelan is conducting a siblings support programme. It's a puppet show, and it's aimed at letting parents and brothers and sisters understand better their siblings who have autism.
Who'd like to be the interviewer? Isabel, will you do that? And your puppet's name is?
Nicole.
Nicole, okay.
A hugely appreciative audience here, made up of parents and friends and students at Abacus. And we're going to have a chat with some of them. First up, Fiona and Andrew Byrne and their son, Josh. Josh, did you like the puppets?
Yes.
Yes. You're a student here at Abacus. I can see Abacus on your sweatshirt. But you've got a dog as well.
Yes.
What's your dog's name?
Flora.
Flora. How long has Josh been a student here?
He's here a year now. It's coming up in a year. And he loves it. Abacus are amazing. With the support from the IAA we get, our family would do the same. I did the women's mini marathon back in 2007. I was pregnant at the time. I did it with my sister because she has 2 boys with autism as well. And little did I know that this little man would be needing the support of them down the road. It was Josh that I was carrying at the time.
What difference, Andrew, have you seen in Josh in the past year since he's been coming here?
Main ones are speech, social skills. Beforehand he was very withdrawn, had very little speech and wouldn't really interact that well in groups or in the public domain. So he's really come along well. He's as normal as can be, I suppose, and he's making great progress here.
Luke Murnan is here with his parents Siobhan and Brian, and also his teacher Ursula Cassidy. Siobhan, how long has Luke been here in Abacus?
Luke's been here now 3 years in Abacus, and he's making tremendous progress. He's doing really, really well.
Where was he before this? Was he in a normal school?
No, he was in another setting very similar to this situation, and actually his teacher Ursula has followed him through, so he's really benefited from that. Luke doesn't speak at all, but he's learned really well here how to communicate using LOVE. It's an adaptive sign language, so he's made wonderful progress while he's been here.
Emma Dunn, you're here with your son and daughter. Isabel and Griffin. They were part of the sibling support programme. So you have a child with autism also?
Yes, I have a daughter, Tessa. She's 7 and she attends a special school in Beaumont.
And the difference that this programme makes for your lives?
I think that the sibling workshops are invaluable. I mean, as a parent of a child with autism, I can find support where I need it through IA or other venues online. My daughter obviously gets loads of support out of school and her therapists and other things, but sometimes the siblings get forgotten about. But they have it's such a huge part of their lives as well. So they can go and they can learn more about autism, understand maybe why is it we as a family can't do the things that their friends might be able to do.
Isabel, what does it mean to you to be a part of this programme?
Well, it's really good for me because it's more focused on the siblings, because normally you kind of feel left out sometimes, but not anymore because I'm going to these workshops and I like to miss things because of it. Every day I'm just like, oh, when is it on? Because I'm really excited for it.
Una Green, you're here with your daughter Lily, who's there behind you on a little walkabout, and you've another daughter with autism as well.
Abby, yeah, Abby's 11. She's at home. We're homeschooling her at the moment. School just wasn't working out for her. I suppose she wasn't getting the resources that she needed. She was in mainstream school and 35 children to a classroom, and it was very hard for her. So they deserve better. They didn't ask to be born the way they were, and they shouldn't have to fight any harder than any other child for services or for an education or to be comfortable. And they weren't getting that, but I'm going to make sure that they do.
A truly inspirational place, and you can see the difference that it makes in the lives of those young children. Well, now, fast forward to teenage years. I want to introduce you to a young man, Adam Costello-Doherty, 18 years of age, living with autism and in 5th year in school, with your ambitions set on where after school, Adam?
Trinity College. I wanted to do marketing and business management.
And you have a message for people living with autism, haven't you?
I want to tell people with autism that it's not something that can restrict you, and it's not something that can sort of hold you back or do anything. And it is very labelled. It's sort of a stereotype that, oh, he has autism, he can't do this, he can't do that. And people will act very patronising towards you. They wouldn't mean it, but they are sort of like that. Because it's just simply that stereotype that you may not have the intelligence of everybody else or the capability of everybody else, but recent studies have showed that the autistic brain is actually more developed. It's actually got better connections, better neurons than the average human brain. And like me, for instance, I can study anything. I have photographic memory.
You're obviously well able to cope, but you must have had stages in your life where it was more difficult, perhaps?
The only difficulty is getting across to people that I'm not sort of incapable. That's the only difficulty.
And you've got a string of achievements.
Yeah, I got all honours in my junior cert. I passed my first helicopter flying lesson when I was 8. And I'm doing all honours subjects. I'm going to do a leaving cert.
Fundraising is, as always, of the essence for Irish Autism Action all around the country and here at the Abacus School. And one who has a bit of a reputation as a whiz kid in that department is Liz Lawler. Liz, tell us about the fundraising initiative that you're organising.
The fundraising pack is to do with Irish Autism Action, and you can collect 205 phones and get yourself an iPad for your child that has special needs or autism or anything that's going on. My son John is going through the assessment of needs, and the IAA have been so helpful to me. I spread the word throughout with the mummies on the Irish Autism Mummies page. Everybody has old phones they're not looking after anymore, they don't need. Take them up, put your phone in this pouch, put your name and address on the back, and you'll go into a competition for Irish Autism Action to have your bills paid for a year or have a new teacher for your school. You can win a teacher.
So it's all focused on the children with autism? It's all
on the children and to help them. My son John was having a lot of difficulties, and the iPad has literally calmed him down completely due to high sensory processing disorder and being has to be stimulated constantly. So the iPad kind of keeps John busy, can give me 5 minutes to maybe hang the washing, peel the spuds, do what I have to do as a mammy, and look after my other little girl Layla in the meantime.
So well done to Liz Lawler, to Keith Duffy, and to all of the people who fundraise for Irish Autism Action. The CEO of the organisation is Kevin Whelan. We met him at the beginning of the programme when, Kevin, you were paying tribute to Keith Duffy. You must be delighted with him as an ambassador.
Yeah, absolutely. We are delighted. He's phenomenal support for the charity, and equally we're very appreciative to Keith's family because they give of his time, because when he's not with them, he's with us, helping raise the profile of the charity. So it's great that he's
Abacus School is exceptional and unleashes the potential of so many young children, but you work nationwide.
Yes. In actual fact, we conducted a prevalence study of autism in Ireland, and we established that the number of people with autism in Ireland would fill the Aviva Stadium.
Kevin, if today you were to be granted one wish, one hope for autism, what would it be?
The hope for the future would be that it's enshrined in legislation, that there's an Autism Act in Ireland, similar to other countries, that preserves the rights of these children to become adults who will contribute to society and be proud Irish citizens and be respected as such.
Interesting words there on which to end, and food for thought certainly for us as a caring society, a caring community. Congratulations once again to Keith Duffy, and well done to all of the people who quite simply make a difference. Ní bhagah agus go dté sibh slán. On next Friday's Nation.